Welcome back, everyone. We are here for level 3, and I actually misspoke before because we started on level 4, then went to 1, 2, and 3. So, yeah, that's how that happened. So we were using the same gear as last time, try and take out some more Ravagers. It was a short episode, so I just immediately went into this one afterwards, because I actually really like playing this game. It's fun games are fun. I'm still digging this gun. It's going to make me sad when I level up because the guns get significantly better. Fortunately, I don't have a webcam, so I can't do anything too ridiculous. I'm going to go through my discussions and my planning in this game. I'm not really doing it at this stage because I'm not too obsessed with it right now, but again, higher difficulties, you do want to calculate out what the best gun to use for in any situation is. And we'll also get to some boss fights where we'll have to pick our weapons based on that. All that kind of good stuff. But for now, whee! So we're basically just taking out enemies in this area until the gunships decide to engage, and then we are forced to retreat for plot reasons. Pretty sure at this point we could actually take them. And again, let's see. We're going to be introduced in this level to the anti-aircraft turret, to the dropship as a boss. And I say boss, but it's not like it has a health bar. It's still pretty much an enemy. We'll be seeing tons of them later. So going back to complaints about this game, some of the enemies do have a lot of health, and it can feel a little tedious. It's actually... Okay, more ships. Yay! Sorry, I always pause when she speaks. I do the same thing with a Garmin. Like, it's so hard when you're having a conversation with someone in your car, and you constantly like, hey man, did you see that movie? Turn left in 300 feet. I'm like, just shut up. I know. Except I didn't know because I set you up. So why am I acting all high and mighty here? So we're actually supposed to be retreating, because those giant carpet bombs that are releasing will actually do a lot of damage to us. So we do want to move away. I'm pretty sure here, worth mentioning, because if you look at my health bar, I'm level 3, my health bar is full with almost full armor. However, I'm still only at 429. Pretty sure with some more levels that you wind up getting, or not more levels, with a different class you wind up getting more health. So here we're introduced to the anti-aircraft turret, another one of the different turrets for this game. Pretty much infinite ammo, you don't have to ever worry about stopping your fire rate. Might still be more efficient to use the gun because it has a lock-on, so it wouldn't matter all these shots that I'm missing, but I do like using it for this section at least. You can also use it to take out some of these buildings, or not. You can use it to take out some of these ants, or not. Basically, it is only good against enemies that are slightly above you, so actually this is going to go on foot. Use my little pew-pew gun here. Take out some of those guys. Alright, and now they're coming to bomb this area, so again, we are forced to retreat from the storyline. It's not as bad as some other games. I'm trying to think, what was the name of that game? I think it was Kingdom Under Fire. It was an original Xbox game, and it was this strategy, like kind of strategy, kind of RTS, but kind of Dynasty Warriors. You have to pick out your units at the start of each level, basically. It was a really cool kind of game. Not a lot of people... I don't think a lot of people played it. It did wind up getting a sequel, which I never played. But basically, there were 3 different... Wow. Never noticed that before. That's hella expensive. And it had Puma grade. Kingdom Under Fire. Kingdom Under Fire, there were, I think, 3 or 4 different factions, and the last one that you had to unlock was being able to play as the enemy characters. But you got to build up your own army, and you had to spend experience points in order to buy units, and some of the units at the end game were absolutely ridiculous. But basically you leveled up after each fight, and there was one part of the game where, you know, your mentor hero character decided to sacrifice himself in order to hold off the army of the super evil invading guy, and it was supposed to be this moment where it's like, no, just run and let me die, like Gandalf fighting the Balrog kind of stuff, except for the fact that he actually was able to hold him off indefinitely. So if you had any sort of ranged class, you could actually... Wow, that went so quick. And again, that ship can absolutely kill you. So do be careful with that. Back away from it. So yeah, if you killed that guy, just by having a range class pick away at him for about 20 minutes, it got you just like some ridiculous amount of levels. And I don't remember anything about the game or the context, so I'm going to say it was something like 10 levels, just for free, basically. And that just catapulted you into victory. It was fantastic. And I think occasionally those chips drop weapons, so I'm just going to do a quick run back to see if that is the case for this one. I don't see any on the map though, so we'll just head on back. But yeah, definitely, if you're into kind of underrated games, I would say that Kingdom Under Fire, pretty good one. I would recommend it. So, that actually is going to get us to this section, which for those of you who've been keeping score, is where the next level is going to start. So, we just have to hold off for a little while against these guys, make it to a waypoint over here.
Unfortunately, that wreckage is blocking your egress route. I'm rerouting you.
Oh, that's right. Okay, yeah, there's still a little bit more to this level. I thought we were done, which is why I was kind of coming off that Kingdom Under Fire Kickstarter, yeah. Kingdom Under Fire train of thought. It's been too long since I played it to really say anything else about it, but... Well, I guess I'll go to something else then. I forget whether that sequel was on 360 or original Xbox, but I'm fairly certain that the original game was just on the original Xbox. Might have to go look that up on YouTube later. Check it out a bit. Where it is. Woohoo! 100 spiders. Only like 3,000 left to go. And that's understating it by quite a bit. And we're gonna have to go back to the high ground. I still think it's funny, like I mentioned before that I play Dota in one of these videos, and I do, and I really like it, and I always worry that the terminology from it is like seeping into my brain, and sometimes I do it on purpose, and sometimes I do it on accident. Like that high ground, definitely a reference. It doesn't apply to everything, it really doesn't. If this were a MOBA, it would be bad. Just leave it at that. One person gets to play as a Hector, the other team gets to play as the EDF, and it would just be overpowered slaughterfest on one side. Nobody really likes MOBAs. Well, not nobody likes MOBAs, but nobody likes oversaturation of the MOBA genre. Although, I'll touch on this because I need stuff to talk about. There's a Dead Island MOBA that has been kind of announced. I don't think it's really, well, it hasn't been previewed, but it's been announced, and they talked about some of what makes it unique. And some of the features that they were talking about were things where it was like moving objectives across the map. So instead of destroying the enemy base, there would be an enemy spawn in one of the lanes. And whoever killed that enemy spawn got a bonus, or got points, or helped to contribute to the end of the game. And things like that, even if the rest of the game is terrible, even if the balance is out the window, and only, 10,000 people play it, it's still doing something for the genre, because by experimenting, by creating something different, trying something out that's new, messing with the status quo, you're going to wind up with something that maybe Dota or League of Legends or whoever else, Awesome Knots, picks up and goes, that was a good idea. We should implement that in ours. And I think that's really, a lot of people lose sight of that with gaming in general. Because you look at something, this is topical now, like the Xbox One. It's trying out something new. It's trying out something different. It wanted to go for the online. And even if it failed, there would have been a lot of lessons learned from it. And I think that even before it released, Microsoft kind of took a look at that and said, well, what can we learn before we even launch to make it sell successfully? So, at this point we already know people aren't ready for full online, people aren't ready for full digital, so we already know that. But some of the features, and especially the Kinect, I think the Kinect has a lot of potential to be good. Well, it has a lot of potential. There's some neat things that you could do with it that aren't necessarily being utilized today. Okay, I think that takes out all the enemies in this area. But yeah, it's a cool piece of technology, it's a neat system, so it'll do something for the for gaming. So this is actually the end of the level where we'll pick up on the next level as soon as we kill this wave and get into the sewer. Man, It has been too long since I have played this game for me to be commentating like I know what's going on. I did sink about 40 hours into it when I played it on the Xbox, and like I mentioned before, I did that as the medic class, and I actually beat the game on the highest difficulty, and grinded after I had beaten the game to get to the highest rank to use the Inferno, or Pesticide Cannon. Totally worth it. I'm really tempted to do that with this character as well. I just know that it's going to take a while because they do the same drip feeding levels, so we'll see. I think after this I might actually just keep grinding out for a little bit more levels, see maybe if I can take on the hard difficulty, although I doubt it. So there we go, a block drainage pipe to end the level. So, 378 kills, 3,000 score, not too bad. We need about another 7,000 in order to get to the next level. So I will catch you guys next time.